Welcome to Elevate and Thrive, where your mindset evolves. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something most people avoid, something most people run away from: discipline. We live in a world full of shortcuts. Everyone is looking for the hack, the magic trick, the easy route. And yet, while they're chasing quick fixes, one thing remains untouched, one thing ignored: the power of discipline. Discipline is not flashy. Discipline doesn't make for viral TikToks or Instagram posts. Discipline doesn't promise instant fame, instant wealth, or instant validation. But here's the truth: discipline is the shortcut that actually works. You see, talent alone will only get you so far. Luck alone will only carry you for a moment. Connections alone will only open doors. But discipline is what builds empires. Discipline is what separates the winners from the dreamers. Discipline is what turns a messy, ordinary life into a story worth telling. If this is helping you shift your mindset, subscribe to Elevate and Thrive. This channel is for your growth. Discipline is the foundation of every achievement, the unseen engine that drives success when talent, luck, and opportunity are not enough. It is the quiet force that separates those who dream from those who achieve, the invisible difference between wishing for change and creating it. People spend their lives chasing motivation, waiting for inspiration to strike, hoping the right moment will arrive, but those things are fleeting. Motivation comes and goes like a wave. Inspiration appears and disappears like a shadow. But discipline is constant. Discipline does not ask for permission, it does not wait for approval, and it does not require ideal conditions. Discipline shows up when the alarm clock rings before the sun rises, when the body aches, when the mind whispers excuses, and when the world seems to conspire against effort. Discipline is not glamorous, it is not easy, and it is not immediate, but it is unyielding and unstoppable. Every achievement begins with a single decision to act, repeated countless times, and every moment of self-control compounds into power. Discipline is waking up and doing the work even when you feel tired, discouraged, or unmotivated. Discipline is making the right choice instead of the easy one, pushing forward when giving up seems simpler, and continuing when no one is watching. Without discipline, talent fades and potential goes unfulfilled. Without discipline, opportunity slips through your fingers and dreams remain locked in imagination. Discipline transforms chaos into order, distraction into focus, and hesitation into action. It teaches control over impulses, clarity in decision-making, and resilience in the face of failure. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, artist, and leader who has left a mark on the world relied on discipline to turn intention into accomplishment. Discipline is showing up day after day, even when progress is invisible, even when the reward seems distant. It is the accumulation of small, consistent actions, the repetition of effort, and the commitment to improvement that compounds into mastery. Each choice to push forward, to stay consistent, and to resist temptation builds strength that is invisible to the eye but undeniable in results. Discipline is the daily grind, the repetition of practice, the refusal to settle for mediocrity. It is choosing long-term success over short-term pleasure, enduring discomfort today for gains tomorrow, and prioritizing progress over convenience. It is the invisible scaffold that supports every victory, the secret engine behind every milestone, the silent companion of every high achiever. Discipline is a decision, and it is a practice. It is not one heroic act, but 1,000 small victories repeated over time. Discipline is learning to say no to what distracts, what drains, and what delays. It is resisting the pull of comfort, the lure of procrastination, and the temptation of shortcuts that offer nothing but temporary relief. Discipline is commitment to a process, trust in consistent effort, and belief that small steps, repeated faithfully, produce extraordinary outcomes. Discipline is waking up before others to work, studying when others rest, practicing when others play, and sacrificing now for a future that most people will never reach. It is the refusal to surrender to excuses, the courage to endure, and the determination to keep moving even when progress is slow. Discipline is measured not in moments of inspiration, but in moments of consistency. It transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results, chaos into structure, distraction into focus, and potential into achievement. It does not matter how talented or smart someone is if they lack discipline. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Discipline creates momentum that cannot be stopped. It builds habits that make excellence inevitable. It instills resilience that overcomes obstacles. Discipline is the invisible work behind visible success, the unseen hours behind every masterpiece, the silent repetition that leads to greatness. It is the choice to act when no one is watching, to push when every part of you wants to quit, and to persist when everything around you encourages surrender. Discipline is freedom because it gives control over your future. It is power because it transforms small, consistent actions into monumental outcomes. Discipline is the foundation of every achievement, the invisible force that turns dreams into reality, the one factor that, when mastered, ensures that nothing can stop a person who is committed, consistent, and relentless. Every victory, every milestone, every goal achieved is the result of discipline applied day after day, action after action, choice after choice, until the impossible becomes inevitable. Discipline is the unseen hero of every success story, the cornerstone of growth, the engine of accomplishment, the force that turns potential into greatness, and the shortcut everyone ignores, yet it is the only path to real achievement. People spend their lives waiting for motivation, thinking that one moment of inspiration will change everything, that some magical surge of energy will arrive and carry them to success, but motivation is fleeting, unreliable, and temporary. It comes and goes without warning, and when it disappears, those who rely on it are left stagnant, frustrated, and disappointed. People wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect timing, the perfect opportunity, but life rarely aligns with their wishes. Waiting for motivation is the fastest way to remain average. The quiet thief of dreams, the reason most people never reach their potential. Motivation is like fire, it burns brightly for a short time, but without fuel it dies out. Discipline, on the other hand, is the steady flame that never wavers. Discipline does not wait for the perfect conditions, it creates them. It does not rely on feelings, it relies on action. It does not pause for circumstances, it thrives in adversity. Discipline is waking up before the sun rises, even when the body aches. Discipline is sitting down to work when every part of you wants to quit. Discipline is pushing forward when the world seems to conspire against you. Every successful person knows this truth. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. Those who rely on bursts of motivation achieve inconsistent results, while those who embrace discipline achieve unstoppable momentum. Motivation can inspire a start, but discipline ensures the finish. Discipline is the force that turns small, repeated actions into monumental achievements. It is the invisible engine behind every breakthrough, the unseen power that multiplies effort over time. People waste years waiting for the perfect moment to arrive, waiting for circumstances to align, waiting for an emotional high to strike. But those who understand discipline create their own moments, their own momentum, and their own success. Waiting for motivation is waiting for life to hand you what you must earn. Discipline is taking control, refusing to wait, and acting relentlessly toward your goals. It is choosing consistency over comfort, action over excuses, and persistence over procrastination. Motivation can inspire hope, but discipline creates results. Motivation is emotional and unstable. Discipline is logical, deliberate, and unstoppable. When challenges arise, motivation will falter, but discipline will persist. When setbacks happen, motivation will fade, but discipline will rebuild. Discipline teaches resilience because it is not dependent on feelings, it is built on habits, routines, and repetition. It compounds over time, silently transforming ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. Every hour spent procrastinating, every day wasted waiting for a spark, is time lost that cannot be regained. Every moment of consistent discipline, no matter how small, is an investment in the future, a brick in the foundation of greatness. Motivation is external, it relies on the world to inspire you. Discipline is internal, it relies on your choices, your commitment, and your control. People chase motivation, searching for external reasons to act, but those who embrace discipline create internal power that no circumstance can shake. Discipline is not glamorous, it is not celebrated, and it rarely feels rewarding in the moment, but over time it becomes unstoppable, undeniable, and transformative. Motivation may light a match, but discipline keeps the fire burning long enough to forge results that last. Those who master discipline do not wait for motivation because they know that action precedes feeling, that persistence precedes excitement, and that progress comes from consistency, not emotion. Every small decision to act, every time you choose effort over comfort, every repetition of intentional work compounds into a life that others might call extraordinary, but which is only the result of disciplined action. Discipline gives freedom, control, and mastery over your own life. It allows you to persist when others quit, to succeed when others fail, and to achieve when others wait. Motivation will never last, but discipline lasts a lifetime. It is the engine that drives every goal, the constant that outlasts all excuses, the backbone of every high achiever. Waiting for motivation is the road to mediocrity, while embracing discipline is the road to excellence. Discipline does not rely on luck, inspiration, or circumstance. It relies solely on you and your commitment to act. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, the steady force that carries you forward when everything else falters. Those who master discipline do not fear challenges, setbacks, or failure, because discipline teaches them that progress comes from persistence, that momentum comes from repetition, and that success comes from consistent action repeated every single day. Motivation is optional, discipline is essential. Every great achievement, every milestone, every goal realized is the result of disciplined action, not fleeting feelings. Those who rely on motivation achieve only what is convenient. Those who embrace discipline achieve what is extraordinary. Discipline transforms hesitation into action, weakness into strength, and dreams into reality. It is the constant force that drives results, the unseen power behind every success story, the reason some people accomplish more in a year than others do in a lifetime. Discipline outlasts feelings, defies obstacles, and ignores excuses. It is the difference between waiting for life to happen and making life happen. Discipline is the ability to resist the temporary comfort of ease and embrace the challenge of long-term growth, the courage to delay gratification, the determination to choose what is necessary over what is convenient. Every moment presents a choice between pleasure and progress, between instant satisfaction and enduring success, between fleeting enjoyment and lasting impact. Most people choose the easy path, surrendering to distractions, succumbing to comfort, and indulging in habits that bring momentary relief but steal their future potential. Discipline, however, is the refusal to give in to that temptation, the conscious decision to prioritize what matters most over what feels good in the present. It is the willingness to endure discomfort, to embrace struggle, and to accept the delayed reward, because the value of what is built over time far exceeds the temporary relief of indulgence. Every great achievement in history, every innovation, every life transformed is the product of countless small, disciplined actions taken consistently over time. Discipline is the force that allows a person to work when motivation is gone, to push when inspiration fades, to persist when the world offers easier alternatives. It is the engine that turns repetition into mastery, effort into excellence, and small actions into monumental results. The choice to act with discipline is often invisible, unnoticed, and uncelebrated, but it compounds in ways that nothing else can. Every hour spent practicing, learning, refining, or improving, even when it feels insignificant, adds up. Every small act of consistency multiplies, forming a foundation that can support extraordinary accomplishments. Discipline transforms ordinary routines into habits, habits into systems, and systems into results that overwhelm anyone who relied only on luck, talent, or fleeting inspiration. Pleasure is immediate, visible, and seductive, but its rewards fade as quickly as they arrive. Discipline is delayed, invisible, and often painful, but its results endure, ripple outward, and build an unshakable life. The disciplined person understands that sacrifice now produces freedom later, that effort today produces ease tomorrow, and that consistency is the currency of achievement. Those who surrender to comfort and short-term pleasure may feel good in the moment, but they pay a hidden price every day: wasted potential, lost opportunities, and the slow erosion of their dreams. Discipline is the antidote, the choice to invest energy into the unseen work that will pay dividends for a lifetime. It is the decision to prioritize what will make a difference tomorrow over what only satisfies today. Discipline is choosing practice over play when play offers no progress, choosing study over entertainment when knowledge leads to advancement, choosing work over procrastination when every hour is a step closer to mastery. The cumulative effect of disciplined choices is unstoppable. Small actions, repeated daily, form habits. Habits repeated consistently become routines. Routines over months and years produce results that appear miraculous to those who are unfamiliar with the quiet, persistent effort behind them. Discipline is resilience in action. It is showing up when every instinct wants to rest, giving your best when mediocrity would suffice, and persisting when quitting seems like relief. It is the daily grind that builds skill, the repeated effort that sharpens talent, and the continuous push that turns goals into reality. Discipline teaches patience because the rewards are not immediate. It teaches endurance because progress is incremental. It teaches self-mastery because the mind will always fight against delayed gratification. Those who understand this truth embrace discomfort because they know it is the path to growth. They endure the hard work, the repetition, and the sacrifice because they understand that the temporary ease of indulgence cannot compete with the lasting power of consistent effort. Discipline is the difference between a life of regret and a life of accomplishment. It is the invisible architect of success, constructing achievements from the materials of persistence, resilience, and consistency. The actions that seem small and insignificant today are the building blocks of greatness tomorrow. Discipline magnifies every effort, compounds every choice, and accelerates every goal. It is the force that turns the mundane into the extraordinary, the ordinary into exceptional, and potential into reality. Those who master discipline control their habits, control their decisions, and ultimately control their destiny. Discipline is freedom because it provides choice and control over outcomes. Discipline is power because it transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Every great career, every transformed life, every remarkable achievement began with the choice to endure what was difficult, to work when it was inconvenient, and to prioritize the future over the fleeting pleasures of the moment. Discipline converts the invisible work of today into the visible triumphs of tomorrow. It turns action into momentum, momentum into habit, habit into mastery, and mastery into success. Choosing discipline over short-term comfort is not easy, but it is the only way to achieve results that last, to create a life of impact, to build achievements that defy expectations. Discipline is the engine behind growth, the force behind every success story, the power that transforms small, consistent actions into monumental, life-changing results. Discipline is not a one-time event. It is repeated practice, the relentless daily grind, the conscious choice to show up consistently when no one is watching. It is the refusal to settle for mediocrity, the commitment to improvement, and the understanding that excellence is not achieved in a moment, but through the accumulation of countless small actions. Every day presents the opportunity to make choices that define your future. Every hour, every minute, every second offers the chance to act with intention or to surrender to convenience. Discipline is the force that drives people to act in the moments when laziness whispers, when distractions call, and when the world offers easier alternatives. It is the repeated refusal to give in to comfort, to indulge in the easy, to accept what is convenient instead of what is necessary. Discipline is the quiet work done in solitude. Those who push through boredom, fatigue, and resistance. Every expert, every high achiever, every person who stands out in their field has one thing in common. They understood that repeated practice compounds over time. Small actions repeated consistently become habits. Habits repeated consistently become routines. Routines over months and years produce results that appear miraculous to outsiders, but are inevitable to those who understand the power of disciplined action. Discipline turns ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. It transforms uncertainty into skill, inconsistency into reliability, and potential into accomplishment. Every morning you rise and choose to act instead of sleep. Every time you focus when others are distracted. Every instance you persist when quitting would feel easier. You are compounding the power of discipline. The daily grind is the engine of progress. It may seem invisible, unrewarded, and repetitive, but it is relentless. Those who embrace it understand that excellence is not born in moments of motivation, but in the accumulation of effort repeated consistently. Discipline is endurance, patience, and persistence distilled into action. It is the steady march forward when progress feels slow, the repeated practice that bridges the gap between intention and achievement, and the refusal to accept mediocrity in a world that celebrates comfort and convenience. Every failure, setback, and challenge becomes an opportunity to practice discipline, to refine skills, to strengthen resolve. Discipline is the glue that binds potential to performance, the vehicle through which effort transforms into tangible results. Mastery is not immediate, it is the product of time, repetition, and the compounded effect of consistent action. Those who settle for shortcuts, who wait for inspiration, who rely on chance, fail to understand that greatness is built in the small moments that no one sees, the repeated effort that no one applauds, and the daily choices that shape the trajectory of a life. The person who embraces discipline understands that the invisible work of today will yield visible results tomorrow. Every repetition, every consistent act of improvement, every focused effort contributes to mastery, and mastery compounds into extraordinary achievement. Discipline is not temporary, fleeting, or conditional. It is consistent, resilient, and unwavering. It is choosing to act in moments of doubt, to persist when the path is unclear, and to continue when others quit. The daily grind is not glamorous, but it is unstoppable. The repeated practice discipline is the difference between mediocrity and greatness, between a life of average outcomes and one of exceptional impact. Compounding over time, the small actions of today accumulate into habits, the habits solidify into routines, and the routines produce results that redefine what is possible. Discipline transforms ordinary people into masters of their craft, consistent performers into record breakers, and effort into achievement. Not fleeting inspiration. The repeated practice, the daily grind, the refusal to settle for mediocrity is the engine that drives success, the force that turns consistent effort into mastery, and mastery into extraordinary achievement. Discipline is the multiplier of every action, the silent architect of every result, and the foundation upon which every victory is built. It is through daily repetition, through persistence, through steadfast commitment that ordinary effort becomes extraordinary accomplishment. The person who harnesses this power creates a life that is unstoppable, a trajectory that is inevitable, and results that endure beyond any moment of motivation. Discipline compounds, it multiplies, and it builds a life of mastery, skill, and extraordinary achievement that no one can take away. Discipline is the invisible line that separates those who achieve from those who only dream, the force that transforms potential into reality, and the engine that drives ordinary people to extraordinary results. While most people chase ideas, inspiration, or luck, the disciplined person builds, works, and persists, knowing that consistent action, not fleeting emotion, creates success. Dreams are easy, they require nothing but imagination, but discipline demands everything: time, effort, sacrifice, and repeated commitment. Every choice you make, no matter how small, either moves you toward your goals or away from them. Discipline is the conscious decision to act on what matters most, to prioritize long-term gain over immediate comfort, to push forward when every instinct tells you to quit. It is what turns a plan into action, a goal into accomplishment, and a wish into reality. Winners understand that talent alone cannot carry them, that opportunity alone is not enough, and that luck is unreliable. Discipline is the constant, the force that works regardless of circumstances, regardless of obstacles, and regardless of feelings. It is what allows someone to rise when others sleep, to practice when others rest, to study when others play, and to persist when others surrender. Discipline is the repeated choice to embrace effort, endure discomfort, and remain consistent even when progress seems invisible. It compounds quietly, invisibly, and inevitably, shaping the trajectory of a life in ways that are impossible to replicate through chance alone. Every act of discipline builds momentum, and momentum creates results that appear effortless to those who did not witness the unseen hours, the repeated struggles, and the countless small sacrifices. The disciplined person understands that life is composed of countless small choices, and that greatness is the sum of consistently choosing the hard, correct, and necessary path. One day, those small choices explode into results that seem miraculous, but they are simply the consequence of unseen effort applied over time. Most people ignore discipline because it is uncomfortable, because it is invisible, because it demands work when shortcuts are tempting. They want results without action, success without commitment, and progress without persistence, and that is why most dreams remain unfulfilled. Discipline is the shortcut everyone ignores because it requires patience, endurance, and self-control, but it is the only shortcut that guarantees results. Every successful person, every high achiever, every record breaker, every individual who has left a mark in their field has relied on discipline more than talent, more than opportunity, and more than luck. Discipline turns repetition into mastery, effort into achievement, and persistence into excellence. It teaches resilience, strengthens resolve, and transforms setbacks into lessons. Discipline is the anchor when life is turbulent, the compass when direction is unclear, and the fuel when motivation disappears. It is what allows someone to show up day after day, to keep pushing when the world offers easier paths, to persist in the face of adversity, and to continue when quitting seems like relief. Discipline is the daily investment in a future that is earned, not given. It is the repeated act of choosing effort over ease, commitment over complacency, and action over procrastination. Every small, disciplined choice compounds over weeks, months, and years, producing results that no luck or talent alone could achieve. Winners understand that the battle is won in the unseen moments, in the consistent application of effort, in the refusal to surrender to temptation, distraction, or comfort. Discipline is the multiplier of every action, the force that amplifies effort, and the factor that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. It is the reason some people accomplish more in a single year than others do in a lifetime. Discipline teaches control, focus, and resilience. It is the foundation upon which every achievement is built. Without discipline, ideas remain ideas, plans remain plans, and potential remains unrealized. With discipline, even the smallest action becomes meaningful, every day becomes an opportunity, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone to success. Discipline is the secret weapon that dreamers ignore, the unseen engine that propels winners, and the invisible path to mastery and impact. It is not glamorous, it is not instantaneous, and it is rarely celebrated, but it is unstoppable, inevitable, and transformative. Discipline is the difference between those who watch life pass them by and those who shape life on their own terms. Every moment of choice, every repetition of effort, every act of persistence compounds into results that are undeniable. It turns intention into action, effort into excellence, and commitment into achievement. Discipline is the shortcut ignored by most, yet it is the only path that guarantees extraordinary outcomes. It is the reason dreams become reality, potential becomes performance, and ordinary people become unstoppable forces capable of leaving legacies that endure. Every decision to act with discipline is a step closer to mastery, a step closer to success, and a step closer to the life that most people only imagine. Discipline is the unseen power, the invisible architect, and the relentless engine that transforms every choice into a life of impact, results, and achievement. Discipline is the force that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results, the engine that transforms repeated action into unstoppable momentum, and the reason some people achieve more in a single year than others do in a lifetime. Every step, every decision, Every moment of consistency compounds into power, creating a trajectory that cannot be reversed, a momentum that cannot be stopped. People often underestimate the value of small actions, dismissing them as insignificant, believing that only grand gestures or miraculous breakthroughs lead to success, but it is the accumulation of countless small, deliberate choices that determines outcomes. Every habit built through discipline, every hour dedicated to growth, every effort made when no one is watching accumulates like deposits in a bank, compounding silently until the results become undeniable. Discipline keeps winners moving when everyone else quits, providing energy when motivation fades, courage when fear rises, and focus when distractions are overwhelming. Momentum is created not by luck, not by talent alone, but by the repeated application of consistent effort, the daily choice to act when it would be easier to rest, the persistence to continue when results seem invisible. Small wins repeated daily become habits, habits repeated consistently become routines. Routines over time transform into results, and results become milestones that redefine what is possible. Every person who has achieved greatness knows this. The work is invisible before it becomes visible. The effort is unnoticed before it turns into recognition. The repetition is unrewarded before it produces mastery. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, the force that carries intention into action, and the mechanism through which ordinary people accomplish extraordinary feats. When challenges arise, discipline is the reason some endure and some surrender, the reason some fight through obstacles and others give in to excuses. Every time a choice is made to push forward, to practice, to improve, or to act despite discomfort, momentum builds. Momentum grows exponentially when reinforced by repeated disciplined action, and soon the results seem inevitable, unstoppable, and unstoppable to anyone who observes them from the outside. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is the choice to act day after day, moment after moment, even when effort is inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unseen. It compounds silently, quietly, until it produces outcomes that are transformative, overwhelming, and undeniable. Most people quit before momentum builds, stopping after a few attempts because they rely on fleeting motivation, instant gratification, or temporary inspiration. The disciplined person understands that progress is incremental, growth is cumulative, and success is built over time. They persist, they endure, they push, they show up, and in doing so, they create momentum that becomes unstoppable. Every small decision to act, to stay consistent, to resist temptation, to embrace discomfort, and to prioritize effort over ease is a building block of future success. Discipline transforms ordinary action into extraordinary momentum, and momentum transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary results. It is the compounding power of effort applied over time, the engine that keeps you moving forward when everything else encourages surrender. Discipline allows people to harness the invisible power of daily choices, to turn repetition into mastery, to convert small, consistent wins into monumental achievement. Momentum achieved through discipline cannot be faked, cannot be rushed, and cannot be borrowed. It is earned through effort, persistence, and repeated action. It builds silently until your life moves in a direction you once thought impossible, until results emerge that cannot be ignored, until success becomes inevitable. Discipline is the difference between those who start and never finish, those who dream and never act, and those who persist and achieve. It is the engine that drives winners forward, the force that carries them through doubt, fatigue, and adversity, and the mechanism that transforms repeated action into extraordinary results. Small, consistent actions repeated daily with discipline create compounding momentum that no obstacle can resist. Discipline transforms potential into performance, intention into results, and effort into mastery. Those who embrace it understand that success is not a single act, but 1,000 repeated choices, 1,000 persistent actions, and 1,000 moments of effort that accumulate into unstoppable momentum and remarkable achievement. Discipline is not temporary, it is not conditional, and it is not dependent on circumstances. It is the constant, the force, the engine that produces results where others see only chance. Every action, every habit, every repeated effort strengthens the momentum, fuels the trajectory, and brings the extraordinary within reach. Discipline creates winners, maintains momentum, and turns consistent effort into results that are inevitable, undeniable, and transformative. Elevate your thinking, thrive in your life.